Hello my lovies. Well, today we are doing a throwback video when Stephanie was known as Fairy. Fairy was her first name that she got there. And this is Yaya, one of Nature Boy's first wives. She's the one that's introducing Fairy to us. Let's take a look at it.
Today we introducing Nature Girl Fairy. Hey. Who is Nature Girl Fairy?
The big question of today.
Nine people. Peace Reflection. Peace Alberto. Peace Rob. Peace Khalifa. How everybody doing?
I love myself.
Nigga her.
All right. So, welcome back, Reflections. Today we want to introduce Nature Girl Fairy. I know a lot of y'all probably seen her on the pictures and on our videos. Basically, Fairy and Toon is the newest members of Melanation. And so y'all probably seen her, but y'all don't really know who she is. So we're going to introduce Fairy today.
Okay. Hey Reflection, I'm Nature Girl Fairy, and I first got my name because my astrological sign, the first three planets, is fire. So I have a lot of passion, and I'm very heated. So that's where my name came from. But as far as where I came through, I originally come through West Virginia, and then I actually found Nature Boy while I was living in Atlanta, Georgia. But I did get out, and it was a experience. But I would like to tell you about me and about how I even got here is that I knew as a child that I was different. I knew that things were not the way that people were telling me. And in the beginning, when I was just a baby, I learned the idea of letting your attachments go. When I was born, it was told to me by my...
Well, you was never born.
Well...
You returned.
Returned.
You know.
Yes. When I returned, it was told to me by my Babylon grandma that when my Babylon mother brought me to the house, that she dropped me on the bed and she was going to give me away to anybody that wanted me. And my Babylon grandmother was like, I don't want this child. And then my Babylon father, he abandoned me as soon as I was born. And so then that's when the beginning of my life began. And so when I was 3 years old, my Babylon mother, she left me. And so that's when I knew that in this world you can't hold on to anything.
Facts.
And so I lived my life knowing that it's just me.
Oh, and tell them what your Babylon grandmother used to always tell you. As far as like, don't live your life for her, live your life for you.
Yeah, and my Babylon grandparents used to, because my Babylon grandparents were the one that took care of me. And they used to always say, don't live your life for anyone, live your life for you, because one day we're going to die. They were very blunt, but they had to be that way with me so that I could understand. So I lived my life as a loner. I lived my life thinking for myself, but I also lived my life for what was fair and what I knew what was right. And so as I got older, I started getting into religion, and of course I got into Christianity. And that's when I found the Christos, the Christ. And that's when my mind, my awareness came open to where I could really start seeing things for what it was. And so I know that was a part of my journey to get here, because I had to like put myself apart from everyone. Like I changed the way that I ate. I was vegan. I changed my diet. Like I changed what I intaked in. Like I didn't watch TV. I didn't listen to music. Like I was pretty much recluse. But now where I am today, that was just preparing me to get out of Babylon, because I'm going to be completely like clear with you guys. When I found Nature Boy, his videos, and I got activated. It only took me 3 weeks to get here. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I don't know what I should do. I don't know if this is true. Let me go look for videos. No, when I got activated, when I heard his voice, I knew that's what I had to do. But I also knew that my life, when I look back in my life, that everything that I went through when I was ridiculed, when I was bullied, it was to make me stronger, because people used to talk about me all the time.
That was your ingredient.
And put me down, made fun of me, set me apart. But because of that building moment, I was able to leave all of my attachments and not care anything about my fear, because I've already been there and done that. And those experiences made me stronger to get here. And I'm out, and it doesn't even seem like my life has changed. It seems like this is where I should be. And since being here, like, I have expanded so much, within my being. When we went to the jungle for the first time, I was the first one to jump off the cliff. Guys, I can't swim, so for me to be that bold to jump off the cliff, it really showed my trust within myself, and my trust within my family. And when you come back to nature, it's really going to allow you to be who you really are if you accept it. Now, we do have demons. I have demons, but I'm here to let those demons go.
Well, what's a demon? What is a demon when you say you have demons?
Well, demons for me is when I'm thinking in my lower self.
It's a negative thought.
Yeah.
You don't have demons. She's not saying like she's a demon. No, because people get your words confused sometimes. Okay. She's not saying she's a demon. What she's saying is sometimes she have low vibrational thoughts. She have negative thoughts, and she have to check them in herself, or she'll bring them to Nature Boy, and she'll, let him give her some clarity so she won't have those thoughts anymore. That's what a demon is. A demon is a negative thought. Now, if you take that negative thought and you let it just fester, and you let it grow, and you let it become something, then it may take you over, and then you may become a demon. Not just a negative thought, but an actual demon, and it might take over your whole being. But that's why you have to check that negative thought and, give yourself clarity, let that go out the window, free yourself from that.
Yes. And I feel like that's what I've been doing since I got here. Like, and you also, Yaya, have really been, like, support my sister and, like, helping me get through this. Because I can't always articulate, the words that I want to say, but the message is here. And as long as I know it's here and I continue to speak, I'm going to allow it to come out. And you're going to see all the things that I'm going to manifest with my words. Because I know this is truth. I gave up everything. If you guys saw my life, I had what you would say in Babylon. I had the perfect life. Like, I came through West Virginia, and I came around a lot of white people. And so a lot of people talk about my accent because it's very distinct.
Okay, not to cut you off, but let me, explain something. Okay. So here at Melanation, we do say black people and white people. We refer to people with more melanin to be black people, people with less melanin to be white people. But what you're saying, you grew up around white people, you grew up around Europeanized white people. Yes. Because we have white humans, like Toon. Toon is a white person, but Toon is a white human. Toon is not a white European. So you grew up around Europeans, white Europeans.
Yes.
Okay.
White Europeans. Thank you. So I grew up around a lot of white Europeans, and it really did something to my psyche.
Yaya was a good student, boy.
I didn't identify with my own melanin, and I was always the token. And so when I left West Virginia and I moved to a predominantly high melanated environment like Atlanta, like, I felt uncomfortable. Like, I felt like I didn't belong, and I realized that there's a disconnect. And I didn't know where that disconnect came from. So I started researching on YouTube, and I started learning about melanin, but nobody was really talking about it. They were just like, oh, it's just the color of your skin.
Right, it's just hue.
Yeah, it's just the color of your skin. But I knew there was something more to my color, right? And so then eventually I ended up finding Nature Boy, and then I realized that your melanin is everything.
Exactly.
Like, you know, the sun in my skin is like one.
Exactly.
You know? And so when I was living in the mountains, no wonder I was so disconnected. I didn't know who I was because I wasn't getting any sun. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even me, I was in I came through New Orleans, and I was just telling Nature Boy the other day, as hot as it is and as hot as it get
He
there,
loved
that's
the
still
New
not
Orleans
enough
girls.
sun. Like, I've never really been this melanated before in my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally absorbing all of the sunlight right now. I was never this melanated in Babylon. Never.
Wow. Yeah, well, you see, I'm already getting brown,
right.
and I'm
She already
peeling.
absorbing her.
But, you know, I still got the
sunlight.
toxins that I have to get out. But it's like I can already feel a difference, you know, in my being. I'm already getting more healthy, and my mind is getting more clear, you know. Because before I wouldn't have been able to just get on here and talk to you and connect.
And now you can't stop talking.
When you say you let everything go, and then you just came, you came to Costa Rica, what did you let go?
Oh yeah, that's what my point was. My point was is that I had what you would call a pretty good, easy life in Babylon. Like I had a great job, I was making a great salary.
What you was doing?
I was a medical coder for cancer. And
working for the devil?
Yes, working for the devil. And I had a great place that I stayed in, a car, a beautiful car. I had everything anybody could want. I had a great relationship. I had a big family. Like my family were very close. And
Babylon family.
Yes, but I had a big Babylon family. And one day I just realized this life wasn't serving me any longer. Like I literally gave everything away. Like the only thing that I probably sold was my car, but other than that, I gave all of my possessions away. I did not care at all. And then when I called my Babylon boyfriend at the time, I just said, hey, I told you about Costa Rica. I want to go. Do you want to go? And he was just like, no. And I was like, all right, well, this relationship has to end. And then he was like, are you kidding me? I was like, no, I'm serious. And then that was it.
And you know what's funny? When you let go of all those things, you realize that wasn't who you was. Like you had attached yourself to those things and created a false ego for yourself.
Yes.
And so when you detached from all of that, you was faced with yourself. You was faced with the mirror. You had to deal with yourself. Like, who are you without this job? Who are you without these titles and without all these possessions? Like, who are you really? And that's your true ego,
Yeah, and when I let go of my job and when I let go of my relationship, because at first I was terrified. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do this. This is crazy. But when I did it, the freedom that occurred and the faith that built in me, just like that, like it was crazy. It was just like it's all in your mind. Because once I let that relationship go, it was like my body instantly healed. Because that relationship was making me sick, and it was getting to the point to where I had to either choose my life or choose my relationship. And when I found Nature Boy and Yaya, it was a video that they had about Dr. Sabi. And when I watched that video, it was just like someone just gut punched me. And I was like, I knew that's what I was supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to hear from someone else what I already knew.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why it happened for me so quickly. But if you know this is the truth, just let it go. It will be okay, but you gotta have faith. You have to have faith, and once you do it, the doors are going to open.
That's a fact. You step out on faith, Mom is going to bless you like 1,000 times. Everything, nothing is lost. All is transformed. So everything you let go, you're going to get everything back. Like, the thought of being alone is probably what scares people the most.
Yes.
The fact that you have to, let everything go, let go of your attachments and take that journey on your own, because it's a self journey. It's a holographic universe. You're the only one in existence. So the fact that you feel like you have to go out there alone. That's probably what frightens people the most. You know what I'm saying? Just
Y'all saw
being
them
alone,
goats in the
but
back?
being alone, even that is an illusion.
Yes.
Because you're never alone. You know, and you saw that for yourself.
Yes. But even when I was around my Babylon family, I felt alone because I knew the truth. You know, I may, like I said, I may have not been able to articulate, but if you, it's a vibration, and I knew the truth. And so when I was around them, I was always the weird one, or the one always doing something. Like, you always doing something. Like, are you vegan today? You know, it was always something like that. But if someone asked the question, how did my family feel? Well, my Babylon family felt. It was mixed. It was mixed emotions. Some were really on the lower self and doing whatever they could to keep me here. Like, I saw some people's true self. Like, I saw the demons where I thought these people were like my closest friends or, you know, family members, and those were the ones that were the ugliest in this whole experience. But for the most part,
Ugly means
like,
they didn't want her
my
to
family, they were scared, and I waited to the last minute because I didn't want anything to stop me. I wasn't gonna let anything stop me, you know. And I waited to the last minute when I was at the airport, and I was like, "Hey, by the way, I'm moving to Costa Rica." And you know, my Babylon mother, she cried, but she was just like, you know, you got to do what you have to do. You know, I'm scared for you. She was just like, you know, I'm going to die. She's like in her 80s, so that's her motto. She's going to die. And she was like, but you got to do what you have to do, you know. And it was sad, but at the end of the day, when you focus, you can't let emotions defer you what you need to do. If it's your purpose, it's what you have to do. Emotions are just emotions. Like, when I
funny. I'm sorry. It's funny. It's funny that all those people, so-called Babylon family, who was mad at you and didn't want you to leave, that was all parts of yourself.
Yes.
You know, they was putting doubts. They was, you know, throwing out their negative thoughts, their doubts, their worries, their fears. That was all parts of you.
Yeah.
That was, you know, purging.
Yeah.
Before you took that big step and really came out here.
Yeah, because it was people that never, like the family members that never really talked to me.
That's how you know that this is a holographic universe. That was literally parts of yourself.
Look at the little
you
Billy
had
goats.
that was your own demons.
Yeah, and I think that I knew that it was all in my mind. Like my body is in my mind, within my mind. So I know that's what I was focused on. Like, this is all an illusion, you know, that I control all of this. I control how I want to feel. I can feel sad, I can feel fear, or I can be like, you know what, bump this. I'm going to do this because this is what I want to do, this is my purpose, and no one is going to stop me. No one.
Where does feelings come from? Feelings come from thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, the only way you can receive a negative feeling is from a negative thought. So if you give yourself clarity on that negative thought, then you won't have that negative feeling.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why you was just reading something earlier in your birth chart that said you have the ability to be basically what's the word I'm looking for? Objective.
Yeah, I'm objective.
You can be objective and detached.
Detached from.
So that when you look at a situation where some people, where a more sensitive sign will probably say, you know, that made me feel bad. You have the ability to sit back and say, well, the only reason why it made you feel bad is because of this, and really be objective and see you know, go deep into it and really see the cause of it all.
Yes. Yeah, I'm very good at that. Like, somebody can tell me something about myself, and I always look at all my experiences as learning experiences. So you might hurt my feelings, or it might make me feel a certain way, but then I'm like, you know what? Stop. What can I learn from this? All right, I get it. And, like, let's move forward. Okay. You know,
and you stay getting your feelings hurt. Don't worry about it.
I'm a sensitive being, but I think that is a good trait to have, because you can be aware. But when it comes to facts, when it comes to the truth, I can separate those low emotions and really look at it for what it is.
And that way you can be sensitive.
Mhm.
And that way you can be sensitive towards the right thing.
Yes.
Like you can feel sorry for the trees when they cutting down trees.
Yes.
And you can feel sorry for the animals that's locked up in the zoo.
Yes.
You can feel sensitive towards nature and the wrongdoing that people harm nature. You can feel sorry for that.
Yes. Yes.
So it's good to have that objectivity
Mhm.
and that certain degree of detachment, so
Yes.
you can keep a healthy middle.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
They want to know your sign.
I am a Sagittarius with a Leo moon.
Fire.
Yes.
Fire, fire, fire. That's why she got the name Fury.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
So,
Oh, thank you. I'm thankful.
oh, you did really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a little nervous, but
Yeah.
hey.
Fury's first video introducing herself, she did really good.
Hey guys, this is just a throwback video. Because I know a lot of people probably don't remember Yaya. A lot of people don't remember Stephanie when she first got there. So I'm just digging through the vaults of minds, trying to catch you guys up so then y'all can know who all these characters are. So when you do hear the word Yaya, y'all know who Yaya is and some of the past members. But this was Fairy's first time being introduced to us. As you see, Yaya was very smart. Velvet was supposed to be smart like that, but Velvet was too much of a manipulator to be smart like Yaya. But either way, I'll keep you guys posted and I'll see whatever throwback videos I can come up with. Peace. Oh, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you remember these good old days with them, leave a comment down below. Peace.